What's hot? We're on. Most hot, but don't ignore it. Number one, biggest. We're strong.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. That song, honestly, sometimes is the only thing you need for you to get just vibes, you know? It's just like, ladies, we are on top and we need to never forget it. And the men that are putting us on top, congratulations to you. You are making a difference in this world. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And as we get into the show, do not forget the number is 0770 729 366. That's the new WhatsApp number. So, you know what? Save it for now because at this point, you know, you and I, we're homies, we're blood, you know, we're fam, call it whatever. But you guys and us guys, as in you personally, you are my friend. So welcome to the show. The handle on every social media handle is Ebru TV Kenya, except for Facebook where it's Ebru TV KE. And now at this point, I feel like I've given you all the lines of communication. So open them up. Please send us a message. How has your week been? This is the final day of the week, and I cannot be even more excited because guess what? All I'm doing the rest of the weekend is eating. And I'm so psyched about food. Generally, I think about food and just something about me just like, oh, yay, food. Welcome to the show. My name is Katomi.
Yes, I'm so excited today. It is always an amazing time being right here with you each and every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And you know, Fridays are a little bit more special. You know, we have that high energy. We're excited about the week. We're excited about the weekend. As I even said on my Instagram that Friday is my favorite F word after food. You know, like so like it's Friday, number one, and then food is number two. Like those are my favorite F words, and at least they've all happened right now. Even though we're on a diet and we can't really eat, I'll eat vicariously through you. You know, I'll be looking at your pictures and anything like, oh wow, that pasta looks amazing. I can taste it in my mouth. You know, that's what I'm basically going to be doing. But you know what? Just because it's Friday and want to relax and have fun, we also need to remember that our pocket doesn't care what day of the week it is. Okay, and it's really important to make sure that your money situation is all in order. And that's why for On the Note Friday, we are going to be talking about bad credits and recovering from bad credits. Kama kuna madeni nyingi sana, this is the time for you to open your ears and send us messages on our WhatsApp number to really figure out what exactly is going on. It's your girl, Ayuma Kagui.
Welcome to the show. Yes, it's Furahide. And you know what? I broke a nail today. So if you see it, it's not a big deal, you know, but it's worth it because I was eating chicken. Oh. You know, Lunje. And it's good to have principles and standards. But we have someone who's saying out loud that she can never date broke men. So stay tuned. My name is Lily Asego.
You know, last year on a day like this, or at least during the week that is coming, Ayuma and I went on a water fast. Yeah. And I've been thinking about it. And I'm thinking, Ayuma, you want to try and do that again?
Girl, do you know how I'm even struggling right now with the diet right now? But I know if you talk to me nicely, and the results were so good that I might be tempted to
That was 8 kgs down. So basically, you will get to your ideal weight in 1 week. Are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
You're doing it for how long? For 1 week?
It's usually a week long. So
let's do 5 days.
Let's make it 5 days, yeah?
Okay.
So Monday through Friday, we will be doing the water fast. And make sure you check us out on our social media so you can be able to see how we do it. And if you want to join us on this very dangerous but very happy and fulfilling fast, then, you know, DM us, talk to us on our social media handles, you know them. But also, there are many precautions that you have to take in the process. So please make sure that you actually listen to us. And before you decide to join us in our insanity for the... Now we're making an annual thing, right?
Yeah.
Before you decide to join us on this annual insanity, make sure you actually consult with your doctors to know, can I do the water fast? What does a water fast actually mean? And as you get into it with us on Monday, we're going to have so much fun. And by the way, a water fast doesn't mean not drinking water. It actually means drinking just water and only water for 5 days straight. Like no food. You can smell it. You can look at it. You can ogle at it, but you cannot eat it. That is how a water fast goes. It's tough, but we can do this, can't we?
We can do this.
So
I will try.
Okay, you can try 1 day, 2 days,
promise.
but wherever you give up, actually that's the good thing. You keep pushing. If you can't do it, then you can't do it. It's just your body. You listen to your body. It is your master after all.
That's
so
right.
Ayuma, we've talked nicely enough.
We've talked nicely enough.
Good. There we go.
Boom. We're gonna talk you into it.
We're talking you into it.
But
Don't
after
you
Saturday,
worry.
because I do have a very
No,
good
we're
function
saying
on-
Monday. It's Monday through Friday.
We're on.
Yeah?
We're on.
Yes, let's
We
do
are
this.
doing this. So again, welcome to the show. Lily, what do we have going on when it comes to
We
stories?
have amazing topics today. We have Sami Eli, who allegedly has a new girlfriend. We also have 2020 singer who goes by the name Justina Siokau. Did I say it right? Siokau.
You can't ask me.
Siokau. We have Justina Siokau, who maintains that she is not going to date a broke man, even if you troll her on social media. We also have Brenda Jons slamming her haters, telling them, please don't compare me to Kim Kardashian. So do you expectations? And we also have a question, a very good question. Is monogamy really hurting women? So stay tuned. All this on Hot Talk.
So we are starting off with the story for Sam Ellie. When I saw that he was there busy trending on Edgar Barre's stories, I was like, who is this man? Who is this man? And why do we care about his new girlfriend? But apparently, I would call him a male socialite at this point because he just seems to be like someone who runs in very famous social circles, and he's known for the social circles that he puts himself in, aka Boys Club. Come on, Ajua. If you don't know, you need to go ahead and find out what the whole Boys Club is. But basically, he's just known for the social circles that he has, yeah? And it was about, during the time for the Boys Club and all the drama that was coming out, he ended up breaking up with his wife and then no longer together at this point. But now he has a brand new girlfriend, and she has decided to become so bold about claiming her man that she's went ahead and posted it on her social media, where she basically said, Mimi na surambaya, she used another word that I can't say, ndio wako siendi mahali ngo, how makasiriko with perfect husbands wajitokeze to compare notes. Okay, turahisishe maneno, hatuwachani au sio, I don't even know what that means, but basically she's letting you know, you guys are there busy talking about how she's unattractive and that she's not beautiful like the way his previous wife was, but she's saying that she is not leaving at all. And it brought about a lot of debate on social media where some people actually said ladies should start taking notes, okay? Kenyan men are slowly starting to choose, to wisely choose women. Wale mnaona sio warembo are the ones you should start being afraid of with your men. We are starting to go for peace, respect, loyalty, and stability. So basically, it seems as if, according to some people, when you're beautiful, you are full of drama, and when you're not so beautiful, then you bring along peace. And I'm just like, what exactly does it mean to bring peace? Because they're saying that the women are the ones who bring all this drama and everything. Maybe at, you know, unataka fair and you want lunch and you want all of these material things when you're beautiful. But like, what are the men trying to change in order to now have that peace in their lives? You know, am I just now supposed to be there like, remove my lashes, remove my makeup, remove my nails and everything, and like now sit there and let you do whatever you want to do, not make any noise when you're there doing questionable activities, maybe cheating on me, maybe doing like, you know, anything that's toxic in the relationship, but I keep quiet so now you'll have peace? And does that mean that the not so beautiful women are the ones who do that?
It just sounds to me like in this particular case, this guy is going ahead and saying that women who aren't as pretty according to his standards, because again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So according to his standards, he says that women who are not coming to his standard of beauty are then really just thankful that they're with you. Oh my God, he saw me. Oh my God, it's me he loves. So they will never do anything to hurt. No, that cannot be the case. We cannot be preying on women with insecurities and self-esteem issues and are already doubting themselves because of all this hate that they've been getting about how they look and, you know, the superficial stuff. Imagine it's not right. We cannot be using this as a standard for new women. So telling women that, you know what, you have to be insecure, you have to be all the way just raggedy for you to be loved and for you to find love. When did it become? Because it's the same people who put that standard of, oh, you have to look like Kim Kardashian, you have to look like J-Lo, you have to look like
now they don't want that anymore.
Now they don't want that anymore because they're realizing, oh, to look like Cardi B, I gotta fork some money. What did you think, Cardi B? Yeah, you've seen all those surgeries that these people go for. You've seen how much money they put on just nails. You thought that these things automatically happen for them. Or you knew someone, somewhere, or at least some money is coming from somewhere for them to be able to look like that. But now that you realize, oh my God, I can't afford it. This is actually really, really expensive to maintain this kind of woman. Now you have problems. Now you realize, oh, by the way, kutuma fare is not all that. Now you realize, hey, by the way, buying a car and a house and keeping up with this woman is actually keeping up with the Joneses. Honey, child, listen to me. Stay out of waters that you cannot swim in. Okay, there are people who actually love this woman. And also, I don't know why men keep thinking that we look nice and we go all out for them. hello, hello, sir. I'm sorry, it's not for you. I want to look confident in how I look. I want my friends to look amazing how they look. I want us to all be really relishing in the fact that, oh my goodness, the Lord has spoken. And even when he spoke, he still gave me some allowance for me to go and buy makeup. Hallelujah. So please, if you can't swim in the water, just get out of it, my friend.
I am glad that men are actually growing up, and it's not all about the physical appearance. As much as men are visual, it's no longer about your physical appearance. You might find your current boyfriend leaving you and going for someone who is 2 times uglier than you, because we always think the exes are ugly because
the problem.
that's what we always think. Ukiacha unasema, na yule mwenye amepata hata si pretty. But you know what? We have men who, in order for you to get to their heart, you have to connect with them, not only physically, emotionally, but also hapa. You need someone you can have a conversation with, not a trophy wife. Atemeka tu hapa na kamsupu. You can't even invest together. They can't even advise you on anything. Ladies, men wacha wachanuke hivyo. It's called growing up. The men are growing up, and so should we. But going on and telling guys on social media that, hey, mimi sitamwacha, hii ni nini yake,
She looks crazy.
sijui nini nini. Those are stuff you should discuss with your man in private. Tell him in private. Ndio kukiumana. Atutarudi nyumba tuseme guy na alikuwa anasema hata imwacha.
Yeah.
Me, I'll never say that in public. If I've said that before, I have grown up now. So I won't say that again.
I think the only problem I have with this situation is that you're seeing unattractive women as are the ones
Easy
who are
targets.
Not targets, as in like beauty means you can't have brains. If you have brains, then you don't have beauty. Like that's how this
like it's an actual trade-off. Yeah, it
Yeah, and
makes sense.
which is not, it's not fair.
It's not always true either.
Yeah, and you know what? It's good. I've said before, it's good to have principles and standards, all those things, boundaries, choose what you want. But we have one particular lady who has maintained her stand, and she says she's not dating broke men. She goes by the name Justina Siokau, the 2020 singer. She said, hey, you wait.
You said it's 2020.
2020.
Wait,
2020.
2020.
2020.
2020. She says, I have nothing against anyone because people have to talk. As long as they're not in your shoes, I am sick, and all they're talking about is a broke man. I'm not in marriage. Yeah, she's not married. I have been a divorced guy. Divorcee for 8 years. It's true, I don't want to get married to a broke man. I hate lazy people, and at this time, I'm not focusing on dating, but my health and my brand. There are men who don't have money all the time. It's up to them to work hard and make money. If you are broke because of unavoidable issues, it's okay, but not laziness and idleness. One can be rich in mind. Well, I kind of agree with her, but now the problem with the social media, yani when you do something and then you do the opposite the next day, social media haisahau. The internet never forgets. There's one time where she posted a video talking about her investment in the real estate industry. And guys were very quick to remind her that, Madam, unatomba pesa social media na uko na investments mahali, uko na real estate, unafanya nini. At the same time, it's not good to judge someone. If I say I have a company, it doesn't mean that I'm making millions overnight. Kuna zile siku hauna pesa. And because that she was not able to pay her medical bill, does not necessarily mean ati yako amechukua kwa business yake. Probably she tried. My goodness, would you have money and just keep it aside? Usitumie when you're sick and the bills are piling. No, sometimes you have to swallow your pride and ask the public to help you. Me, I would ask the public to help me. I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's a problem when you're there perpetuating yourself to be wealthier than what you are. There's a problem when you're there saying you're not going to date broke men, yet you're doing broke activities like asking for money on social media. I'm just saying, you know, I don't like the fact that like you can talk down so much on a particular type of person, yet when you find yourself in that situation, it's okay for you. I understand the thing about not wanting a lazy person. None of us want to be with a lazy person.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be with a person that doesn't have ambition and all of that stuff. But just because you're not lazy doesn't mean you're going to be wealthy. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you don't work hard. Just because you're poor doesn't mean that you don't have ambitions in life. Life happens. Some of the most hardworking people are still broke. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that whether you're lazy or not, that equates to brokenness. So I think she's like, it's a double standard, and life has kind of hit her a bit, and now it's like a learning situation because you can't talk about wanting this lifestyle when you're over here.
I think I agree with that last part.
Yeah.
And this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I feel like the situations and the circumstances that have led up to her life up until this point have made her realize that, oh my God, I do need someone who is financially responsible or who will back me up with the little that I have, you know, as opposed to being in a situation where you're consistently taking care of people. For example, the woman that we just spoke about, Apo Ju, or Miss Care Stories.
Yeah.
She's the one financing boy child. It's okay.
Allegedly.
Boys club when you're financier, Nisa Wakazana. But the point is, maybe she's been in a situation where now that she's in a, you know, backed up into a corner, she's realizing, oh my goodness, I really do need to change the kind of men that I'm dating. And then, sadly, she decided to give us this information in public, and that's where you go wrong. Because some of these things are so introspective and should remain within the confines of, you see this, just keep it over here. Don't go blurting it out, because sometimes people receive it or it is perpetuated in the wrong kind of light. She was probably just honestly going, oh my goodness, by the way, hey, after I have realized that my bills can get to millions,
Let me find a man that can give me the money.
who can help me out. Not necessarily give you the money, but based on the fact that, yeah, again, she has her own business, just back you up. You know, sometimes you just need that extra push because you're not in a position to sort yourself out. So this could have been a realization after a long period of her just going inwards and seeing what she needs in a man, right?
And sorry.
Yes?
And someone said there's a difference between mtu akona pesa na mtu anakupea pesa. So you might want to date a rich guy, but hata kupea pesa. Then what do you do?
I'm honestly so tired of these stories of women just searching for a paycheck, because like that's what it seems like
really
it
does
is.
sound
And
like
you know, it's like, now wow, life was hard. Oh my gosh, I had hospital bills. I need to now get a man that's going to be able to pay for those hospital bills. I need to now be able to get a man that's going to be able to take care of me. You broke guys, sorry for you, yet you were in that broke guy situation.
I get that. I get that completely. And actually, honestly, do you think that this is the right path for her to have taken? Are you of the opinion that it's important for you to still get a man who is rich, regardless of whether he's giving you money or not? Please let us know. The number is 0770 729 366. Now, speaking about people talking about slamming and haters and all of that, we have Brenda Jons. You all know her from, what was her, President Kingston.
Yes.
That was her slogan, that was her shtick, and she ran with it. And additionally, she is such a beautiful woman, and honest to God, we are so happy for her for turning 24 officially. It's an amazing feat. But apparently, since the point where she turned 24 years old, the internet has not stopped trolling. First of all, guys are so suddenly shocked about the fact that she is 24 and apparently she looks how she looks, right? Because somehow a 24-year-old is supposed to look different. Moving on, she actually does bring out these actual problems. So, according to her, she says that them, as in the people of the internet, say, sijui you look too old to be 24. Or sijui umenona unakula nini. And then she says, mi nakula pesa yangu. Since I turned 24, I have had people insult me and say all sorts of harsh things to me, and it felt and they felt like saying it and imagine I wasn't hurt. So people kept saying bad things and, you know, slurring her on her social media, but then she didn't feel anything. It just got her thinking, we already have an expectation of what a celebrity should look like. And we expect a Kim Kardashian in Brenda Jons or any other celebrity. And then she continues to say, and it's okay to expect what we want as expectations, but once our expectations are not met, you decide to pour out your frustrations under my post. This is where she's actually crazy about it and she's not happy about it. She continues to say, BTW, ata siongei vibaya. I am just saying that don't subject your horrible opinions and hateful thoughts on people. Work on yourself so much that you stop seeing the faults in others. You know why you judge others, and it is because you look at them for who you see them as. But guess what? God loves you for who you really, for who they are really. And otherwise, mjue, Otherwise, mjue kuchora eyebrows na foundation colors zenyu before mnitukane. So I was really, really impressed by the fact that she actually came out and stated these things. Because in all honesty, yes, it is true. There is a particular pressure that comes from being a celebrity. You have to have the curves in the right way, have fat distribution in the right places. And sometimes you look at people's social media and you're like, I can do better, simply because you have a better looking body or you feel like your face is better. But typically speaking, or technically speaking, look, people are built how they're built. If they feel personally that they want to change how they look, that is entirely their decision. You should not be the one castigating people and putting some social standards that just do not make sense. Ata Kim Kardashian yake ikuwa natural. She even she had to get help. Now you want people to do things that doctors are doing. Surely, I really just cannot. But the thing that kind of bugged me with this whole story is that second part of her statement, where she said, BTW hata siongei vibaya, I am just saying, don't subject me to your opinions. That part got me, because in the age of the internet now, you cannot even lament properly. Because the backlash that could come just from saying one or two things or being 100% honest and real in how you actually feel about those things can give you backlash for days. Example, 2020. She said exactly how she feels, what exactly she wanted, and every single person has an opinion about this, you know? Everyone is just like, oh no, you shouldn't, oh no, you shouldn't, oh no, you shouldn't. But who said that's what I should do? This is who I am. If you love me for doing President Kingston, it is still the same person who you should continue to love because of looking how I'm doing. I mean, looking how I'm looking, yeah? Anyway, I'm just saying, if you can't portray... People, just stop. Please stop setting standards that don't exist.
Yeah, I'm glad that Brenda is comfortable in her own skin, but not everyone akona thick skin, you know? Ukiingilia mtu ajiue, then what? Will you be happy? No. And then there's, body shaming is one thing, and it's another thing to tell someone something that they cannot change. Like when you tell me I'm tall, now what do I do about that? When you're short, at least you can wear heels. But don't tell me I'm tall, there's nothing I can do. If you tell me I'm old, there's nothing I can do about that. I'll just try to put on some makeup, but it won't work. So as women, let's accept ourselves the way we are, so that these crazy people, when they come to our comment section, when they call us, when they say anything on TV, you'll not be affected, because you know your worth, and you know beauty is here, not only here.
Yeah, and first of all I can say is Brenda Jons is beautiful. I think she's really, really beautiful. She's incredibly funny. She has a really great personality. But unfortunately, this is what happens when you choose a career in social media. This is what happens when you decide to become a public figure. And I always find it interesting when celebrities are like, I don't even feel bad, rants, you know, of how not bad they are not affected by these comments. You know what I mean? And at some point, you have to realize this is what comes with it. We all want to live in a world where everything is rainbows and butterflies and guys say the nicest things, but let's just be all the way honest. Social media is trash. The comments can get horrible. The comments can become degrading. And I think once you get to the point where now you're responding to people and now you've given them more ammunition, they can realize, oh, okay, so she's actually being affected by us calling her old. Oh, she's being affected by us saying that she's this, she's that, she doesn't look like this, and she doesn't look like that. Now they'll even go and try to give you even more comments like that. You're giving them ammunition. I think if you have any insecurity, social media is not the place to do it. You know, keep it to yourself, talk to your family and your friends. As much as we like to say that our followers are our family and friends, they are not. They are not your family. They are not your friends. They don't care about you as much as the people that are around you would. So it's a double-edged sword. Success comes with it, and so does hate. And we just have to live with it.
Absolutely. And speaking about hating and women still being pressured by society to now get even more confused, we are getting into the story where people are talking about monogamy and how it is hurting women as opposed to helping women. And on a very long post, which I will, summarize, a man by the name Michael Besaiden, live, he said, once a woman becomes exclusive to a man, the resources that this man in her life provided usually cease, or they stop coming over, right? And not only is she sexually off limits to other men, but in most cases, her ability to interact with and love and cultivate relationships with other men ends. And then in the final end, or at the end, he also says that this notion that a woman should be limited to just one man should be based purely on the man's ability to provide the vast majority of what that woman needs, which rarely happens. Women are playing themselves when they allow marriage or promises of being exclusive to offset their mental, sexual, financial, and emotional needs and standards. That is my opinion. And in summary, all he says is, look, in this day and age, women who want to be liberal about how they live, women who want to be liberal about the kinds of relationships that they are in, women who are okay with not being in a situation of monogamy should be allowed to remain in a situation where they are comfortable with. But those that want to remain in monogamy, just know that simply because you've decided to become monogamous to one man or to become exclusive with one man does not necessarily mean that you will get all your needs from this man. And this is partly true, right? Because oftentimes you end up, you were with one guy who was really good with giving you money. I'm just speaking about the regular day life. I'm not talking about my personal one. Anyway, so you met a guy before I started being trolled on social media for being a gold digger. Anyway, so in some cases, or oftentimes when we listen to friends and family and people around us, you will hear that, oh my God, I really like this guy because he really takes care of my needs. He's financially supportive, yada, yada, yada. But when it comes to, my physical sense, he's not all the way there. But I am okay with that because he's taking care of this one thing, right? And it goes on and on and on. There are many, many different things where you compare men and you're like, okay, I'm with him because he's really good at this, but I would rather have this and this and this in addition, right? So you compromise a little. And monogamy is then now settling for that person. So for example, if he's good in bed, but bad with money, you've settled for that man as he is, and you're now opening yourself up to no one else. That it is what it is. And honestly, it can be a little limiting. It can be a little crazy when you think about it from that perspective, that you are literally giving away your life exclusively to this one person who one aspect of it is just not working. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, it's a love and hate situation for me about this particular situation.
I mean, my take, if there was no HIV and all those STI, STDs, it will be so fun dating 10, 20 people every day and just giving birth. You just choose one person and he's the only one who can make you pregnant and all that and all that. But let's face reality. Not everyone is going to meet all your needs. The only person who can meet your needs is God. And sometimes he takes his time and we get impatient. You understand? Mm-hmm. So as a man, even if you did 10 people, okay, this one, uyu ni wa ATM, okay, this one will take me for lunch, okay, uyu ni wa love, okay, uyu ni wa nini. My goodness, you're going to get confused. May believe in the Bible, and God was not crazy when he said, one man, one woman, like moja, moja. Boom.
Yeah, and I believe like we are getting into a point like in society where we're not happy with just like compromise. We want to have it all, and if you personally want to have it all, that's fine. You want to date 5 men, and each different man gives you all the different needs that you want to do mentally, sexually, financially, emotionally, and you need to have a different man for all of that. That's good for you. But we honestly need to get out of this like popcorn culture, wanting instant gratification in things. Relationships take work. Even you as a woman, you don't have all the qualities that you can give to your partner as well, and we have to take that compromise because I want to build a lifelong friendship and partnership with this person, and it's hard to do that when you have multiple people. But that's just my opinion, and these people have told us their opinion, and we want to know your opinion. So let us know on our WhatsApp number 0770-729-366. But right now, let's get right into Ask the Girls. Lady over here that says, so there is a guy I like and he likes me too and he wants me to be his girlfriend. We would always talk through the phone, but he does not make any plans for an actual date. His excuse is that he has not been in a relationship for a long time. I would get mad and stop talking to him. After a while, he will text apologizing. It has become a cycle now. Should I cut him off? Yes, you should cut him off. You are only in the talking stage. If he's now, as men, they like to chase women and woo you just to get you to be the girlfriend. If he can't even commit to texting you and consistently being in communication with you when you're just getting to know each other and you're not even his girlfriend, imagine what's going to happen now that you're his girlfriend. He'll be gone for weeks, so you'll never know where he is. I think just let it go.
I think you need to have better standards than just an apology. An apology shouldn't cut it. Like, an apology is not enough. It shouldn't be enough. Anyone can apologize. I will break your arm and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. So then you'll be okay with me breaking your arm. You have medical bills that you have to incur now. And what I'm trying to say is there are consequences for each time you go back. And the more you go back, the more you give him the ability to then keep coming back. It becomes a revolving door. And honey child, that's not what you want. So yes, cut him off. Cut it.
You should have someone who's ready to change for you. If they're not ready to change for you, cut them off. Simple.
Absolutely. Now, hey, we have spoken and we have talked and we have given you all the advice that we can. But in a few moments, we're going to be giving you something more. Like relationships, we've covered, right? I feel like we've covered relationship at the point.
Yeah.
We've exhausted that. But let's talk about money. After the break, your credit score. What is it? How do you make sure that it's sorted? Is it even valid in Kenya? Right, all of that after the break. So let's do that. Money, 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 money. Money. That's what we want. We want to get to a point where we're actually making money. So on today's On the Know Friday, we are talking about credit scores because that's where it starts, you know? That's where it starts. Now you've saved money. What next? You need to figure out your credit score and all of that. But before we get into that, of course, we need to show some love to you. The number is still 0770 729 366. Lily, Ayuma, who do you see?
Actually, Hilda over here from Thindigwa saying how beautiful we look. Thank you, girl. Loving Kathomi's natural hair. That's Abby from Kayole. We also have Aggie from Gong Road saying that we all look amazing and they can't stop laughing at Lily saying, I will try with the water fast. We also have over here Livingston saying how the water fast is not something you can do. Even half a day is a problem. Chakula ndio afya. We also have Elkana Kiplagat from Keringet saying he's watching live and saying that we are really interesting and motivating. Thank you so much.
Yes, we have Alex from Rongai saying we look amazing, especially Kathomi. You look cute. This is Vivi from LD. Thank you so much. Ladies, you look good today. Also, this is who?
Mama Jibril.
Okay, Mama Jibril from Njiru. Having a hardworking girl, ambitious, and backs you up during hard times is the most attractive thing a man will ever find in a lady. True, I agree. By the way, London Mijua Lily is Joakali's wife. She is so lucky. Lily is such an amazing person. Thank you so much for the compliment. What else?
Justina anasema aje Ayuma?
It says that I believe mature ladies don't go blabbering on social media about the kind of men they want in their life. If one is mature enough, they will know that money is not everything, okay? We also have over here Brenda saying, about Brenda, to be honest, I'm 19 and I don't think I look my age, but I've learned to accept myself and count my blessings anyways. And Cass from Limuru is saying, everything has an advantage and disadvantage in life. I support monogamy for myself and for my body. Have you ever watched Paternity Court to see how children suffer just to know who the baby daddy is? Yes, it's true.
Thank you for that.
Keep the messages coming. Someone else is saying multiple partners. I don't have the energy. Relationship is an investment. This is Judy Puri. Jojo, we see you saying that you're checking us out from Kabete. Keep the love coming. I broke up with my baby daddy because, but I still love him and I don't want to go back to him. But it's a toxic relationship. Yet I'm feeling like it's eating me up. Honey child, you moved on. That is the right instinct. Keep going with it. And then Jerry, who's 23 from Thika, we see you saying that you love us. We love you too. Keep the messages coming. Anasema, me now show I have been skinny shamed for like ever. My ex said that he needs a thick girl. Monyana bounce kama basketball girl. You are amazing as you are. Skinny, chubby, curvy, with all the right proportions. You look amazing wherever you are. And do not let a man, let alone a woman, a man, usimwache akwambie kitu. Yeye ataweza, akipewa atawezana. Anyway, let's get right into the money. It is time for On the Know Friday, and we are talking about credit scores. Okay, so when I talk about bad credit, I am actually talking about something very specific that is called a credit score, right? So let me just break it down to you in a simple way. So a credit score, according to every international standard of money, is a count between 300 and 850. That's the number between 300 and 850 that depicts your credit worthiness. Yani tunaweza kupatia pesa ngapi, na tutakupatia kwa muda unakaaje, na utapatiwa na interest rate gani. So when you're going to borrow money from a SACCO, and especially banks, they have to look at your credit score. And a good credit score, which will guarantee you credit, yani unaweza omba pesa, is between, according to the Kenyan law, as we said, it's a number between 300 and 850. It should be between 700 and 800. That's where you're like in a nice place, and banks are just like, kujia pesa. Have you ever been called by a bank and they're telling you, we have very nice loans, and you know, we feel like you are in a position to be able to get this kind of loan? Have you ever gotten a call like that?
Messages, text messages.
Text messages, are you, ma? Emi, I got an actual call, but that was a long time ago. Now I'm broke. But anyway, how do we get ourselves into good credit? And actually, let's talk about it from a perspective of bad credit.
Yeah.
So what is bad credit? Bad credit is now that position that you're in where you're not able to get, like you're not credit worthy. Yani bank inakuangalia hivi ama whatever, you know, loan services that you use, because now they're like a ton on mobile money. Whatever one you use, wanakuangalia and they're like, umelistiwa kwanza CRB, hapana history yako. That is what we call bad credit. Now the question is, have you ever had bad credit, and how was that experience? As in, ulipigiwa na CRB ama ulitumiwa message na CRB?
You know, like the thing about bad credit is you can't have bad credit unless you've actually borrowed from somewhere. You know, even having a credit score and everything, you actually have to borrow, repay. They look at that pattern and everything to also enable to determine, like, you know, what your credit score is and everything. Even if you just have a lot of money but you never borrow, you might have bad credit.
You're not a credit
Exactly.
person.
So mine was when I was first starting to make money. Ayuma thought she was rich. Where? 15,000. You couldn't tell me that's nothing.
Girl.
15,000. I am the richest person in the world. I am going to spend all this money, and then I would spend all the money before now. What's it called? Before the month is over, and then now the last little 2 weeks over there where I'm like struggling with life. Then I discovered, hey, mobile money. They have these things where you can get money before. You know, without having
salary advance.
Salary advance. I'm telling you, there was a point in my life where I was literally just, my salary come in like this, I would be left with 3,000 shillings because everything else is going back to pay the loan. Then I get another loan. Once I paid that loan, I take another loan so I can go on to the next month. And it was just a cycle. I'm telling you, I've never had so much anxiety in my life of owing 50,000.
What?
50,000 was like hell to me. You could have told me that was 5 million, by the way, because that's 50,000. How do I owe 50,000 and my salary is 15,000? I was dying. And ever since that time in my life, I reassessed everything. Do I really need to go out for drinks? No. Do I really need to do this and this? No. And like, sadly, I've never borrowed since then.
So you had a bad credit and now it's not
now
changed.
It's non-existent.
I do not understand how you borrow money, but when it comes to repaying the money, you like, it's not a priority anymore. Like you have other priorities. So that is exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
I borrowed money, the mobile thing, and it wasn't much. It was actually 2,000 shillings. But I got busy and I did other things and forgot, actually delayed to pay. They were sending me the text messages, but I was just reading and I'm like, it's just 2,000. I will pay.
Yeah.
Niliweka CRB. For a whole year, I could not even borrow 500 shillings. Not even a whole year. It was 2 years.
Wow.
And it was just 2,000 shillings. And I eventually paid, but I paid late. So sometimes I think when you borrow money, it should be a priority to pay back.
It is.
Yeah.
In fact, you should be borrowing money because you need it and you know exactly how to give it back. So like you're putting the money for like a small investment and unajua itakuja double, so utarudisha pesa. But sometimes when you see that money in your account, all these priorities, the reason why you are borrowing this money to begin with,
out the window.
Out the window, because Ayuma will call you and she's like, girl, let's go get drinks. And Lily's over there like, twendeni. And then nitalipa. Because, hey, Lily's really like a sponsor over here. Anyway,
you're the sponsor.
So, twendeni, tutalipa. Don't worry about it. Because of that statement of twende, don't worry about it. Ama, kesho itajililia. Do not listen to your heart. Do not listen to whoever is telling you that. They will not help you pay. But then you come to the fact that, you know, sometimes it's really important for you to still be aware of how you get yourself into debt to begin with. Because unfortunately, that situation that Ayuma was describing right there, of you borrow from one, now you know them, they've already listed you, so you can't borrow from them.
Yeah.
So the next one, you will borrow from another one. And nowadays, they're very okay with that. Unaomba moja huku, unaomba ingine huku, unaomba ingine huku,
Unatupa line.
unaomba ingine huku, unatupa line as if you didn't register it with your name and your ID number. Are you an idiot? Anyway, you keep borrowing money, and then now it gets to a point where you've borrowed so much, you need to borrow a bigger chunk to be able to pay this.
Yeah.
But the only thing you've done is you've taken from one pocket and you've worked in another pocket. That makes no sense, because this you've borrowed over here, you still have to pay, don't you? And is it not the same amount? And don't forget, it will have gathered interest. So I feel like it's a good question to now think about it, because now you have 50K and you're trembling. You're like, and then you have a partner now who's always looking at you like, why are you always borrowing money?
Yeah.
What is your problem? So you get paid every month.
Yeah.
Na hajui payment yako imekuwa 3,000 shillings now. He knows you're at 15K. Kumbe umekuwa ukichezea na 3K months on end for nearly
and
a
it's like
year.
the hardest thing to go ahead and let your partner know. You know,
so how do you let them know?
I'm telling you, it reaches a point where life just hits you and you have to let them know, okay? It reaches a point where, like, you can't pretend anymore. You can't borrow from other places and everything. And it's really important to let the people that are closest to you know the situation, especially people that can help you in that situation. It's hard. You have to swallow your pride and explain what you were doing with this money, even though you know there's nothing of importance that you are doing. No one has died. There's no emergency, but you just have to go ahead and do it. And like, it was painful to me. Like, it was literally so painful trying to explain. I mean, I knew there was no way I'm going to tell my mom. Okay? She was going to tell me, see, you spent how much? And there was nothing that was going to come from there. So my boyfriend at that time, babe, he was the one that I had to go to and be like, explain, like, this is the situation. And luckily, he was so nice and kind to me that he was able to help me out. But like, it was over a long period of time. It was like we have to teach this girl a lesson. And that's why I haven't borrowed since.
What about you, Lily?
For me, tell my family that I don't have money because I borrowed money. And you did not even inform them that this money that I borrowed, I used it to pay either school fees or to pay house rent or something that makes sense. They will not come to your rescue.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for me, whenever I have a debt, I normally ask and say that it's my mom who wants. That way, inachomoka raka raka. You're like, hey,
In-laws.
my mom wants some cash. Sijui anafaa kufanya nini. Oh, how much? I'm like, X amount of money. As soon as ninge kwa simu inalilipa huku, life goes on.
Now you told your secret. Do you think that money is still going to be coming
I'm
through?
convincing.
No, but you know, the thing is, just because I said I did it before, it doesn't mean that this time it's not actually my mom asking for money. So it's a difficult lie to, you know, to follow through. It's a big, nice lie. I like that one. Maybe I will use it someday. And by the way, you can borrow that lie from Lily, courtesy of her ingeniousness. But now here's the thing. You've gotten to a point where you have bad credits, right? But how do you get yourself to that? We've mentioned a few. Lily has mentioned the fact that she got into bad debt because she kept refusing to pay the loan. But your messages, you are now 3 days before you should pay. You have 24 hours before, and they are so constant and consistent. And Yuma now has mentioned also that in her situation, it's because she just got greedy and she wanted to buy something and then she kept buying things, or she wanted to party and then she kept partying. So that one was just, you know, you just want money for other things. But among those, there are so many other causes of getting to bad credit. And so loan repayment is one of them. Defaulting a loan, yani umechukua loan no default kama Lily pale, is a problem. And then having different borrowing places, as you've said. Unaomba hapa, unaomba pale, unaomba. Kwanza me these days, I usually look, there's one who always, wananipatianga information, you are eligible to pay, to getting a loan of 100 and naangalianga tu hivi, I'm like,
because you know, the way they come after you, I mean, I won't even name some of those apps that some of you guys are in the ghetto with, but the way they come after you once it's time to pay the money, I was even reading how, like, literally 3 days before it's time for you to pay your loan, they start telling you about your loan. Then they start giving you calls over there, Now you start getting to Canada and everything, you stupid, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then the worst part, they have your contact list. They can see you have named this person as husband, they name this person as mom. That's the person who they're now going to call
Your
and tell them
garanta.
exactly, can you go and pay for Yuma's debts of 50,000? And they just literally are just chasing after you bombarding you with messages.
And unfortunately, the people who give the loans are not always the people who collect the loans. So debt collectors are usually like an outsourced party where now they can threaten you, blackmail you, talk all kinds of crap to you. Honestly, these people will cuss you out. Like they're not even playing with you.
Yeah, at least that's okay. You're gonna get your money back. But what if it's a family member or a very close friend who constantly borrows money? They're like, hey, Ayuma, I need 1K. I need to go do something. Takurudishia. But the next time they call you, they top up like that. How do you recover your money? Because Mimi, I'm a very bad debt collector. Because if I take my phone and call you, akimita kutukana.
But that's the thing. Now you outsource that duty to someone else. Say your husband knows how to collect debt. Ndio. Yeah, ndio anakuchukulia. Okay, so you have to find that person in your life. The same way that these banks and facilities are finding an outsourced company to help them ask for these loans. Hawakuji wenyewe.
Can I call you?
Call me. I got you. I got you, girl. I got you. Anyway, speaking about now how you get yourself into all of this debt, and another thing which people ignore is now that one, when they call you or they text you and you're just giving them like weird excuses. Oh, my chicken died. Like, who cares about your chicken? Oh, the raccoon, I had put the money under the mattress, the rat came and ate the money, now I don't have money.
or 2K tu ndo unanipigia kila
2K
siku.
too, yeah. So those kinds of things also get you to bad credit. But now how you fix your credit is very simple. Like Ayuma has said, was a prolonged period of repaying the debt. And it's not just a lesson to her, but it's also making sure that the bank also realizes that, oh yeah, so you do have the ability to pay back, even if they've given you like a terms of payment.
And you're making an effort to do so.
Thank you. So you can talk to these people. You don't always have to tell them, oh, with 22,000 you know, you don't have to be aggressive like that. You can always try and get like a settlement system where you are now being given like a payment plan, and then you follow through with the payment plan. What are other things that you can do?
Another thing that you can do is now like consolidate your debts. You know, make sure that you put all of your debts together, especially the ones which have high interest. Let me tell you, those interest charges, those late fees are the ones which will kill you. So sometimes you can realize, okay, I can ignore this one, but this one I cannot ignore. This one, give priority to the ones which are most important. If you cannot ignore this debt, then you're going to go ahead and pay the most important ones, and you can leave the other ones. They'll tukana you and curse you out and tell you that you're fat and ugly, but it's okay. They're just words. You will pay them later. Don't worry. But the one who's going to take away your home, okay? When the bank comes and takes away your home, that's the one that you need to pay attention to, all right? And then also, it's what are you taking out loans for? Honestly, I find it so insane when I hear somebody is taking out a loan for anything like other than like a house or
school fees,
like needs as opposed to
exactly
wants.
as opposed to wants. If you have wants in your life, by the way, it's okay. We're gonna have water fest.
Everybody
no
wants.
one dies, by the way. You can be able to scale down your things, but just make sure that it's only for needs.
Yeah, and for me, I feel from my experience, you should pay on time. If you're to pay on the 20th, please find ways. If you're 18th, find ways for you to pay on the 20th. And also, I don't feel the need why we should feel the pressure of borrowing money that we don't need. So I agree with you. If you don't need that money, please don't borrow. And also, I feel we should borrow an amount that we can afford to pay back. Yeah,
I like that. And then ultimately speaking, sometimes we really just don't know how to spend money. We don't know how to borrow because we have not been given this information. So, as we are being told every time, if you want water, you go to where the mountains are and you will get water. Drink straight from the source. By this, I mean, go to a counselor. Find someone who has credit score information. And now there's so many. On Instagram, everybody is a financial consultant. Everybody is a financial counselor. Everybody knows. And even still, we have brought a few people to the show that actually do have that background and are legitimate people when it comes to helping you sort out your debts. So you can go back to our episodes, the one we spoke about money at the beginning of the year. I think it was the first episode of the year, right? The first episode of the year. Please go back there, look that up, and learn how to do it again from an actual expert, and trust me, by the end of the year, oh, you'll be balling. You're not looking for a man to take care of you.
I see Elvis from Kisumu saying, "Ati nilikopa 2,500. I didn't pay on time. Imagine I paid 7,500 because of interest. I can't advise anyone to take money from those loan apps." I agree, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, anyone who's borrowed money, please just listen to that guy. 7,500. You didn't even have the 2,500. Now you have to pay another 5K on top of that. Be careful, my friends. But it's been an amazing, amazing show. As always, we've had an amazing time giving you advice, learning from each other. By the way, we often learn even as we are. We learn a lot from each other, and we hope that that impacts you as well. It is a Friday. Next week, we are on a water fast. If you're with us, get it, get it. If you're not, Anyway, my name is Kathomi. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but mostly on Instagram.
As I always say each and every Friday, go out and make memories and stories for Monday. But as we have said, we're now going to get into that. Sawa. It's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli, Ayuma_Kaguli on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
We have talked about having multiple partners for different reasons, but we haven't talked about the negative impact of that. We've only spoken about the positive things. So I want you to take your time during this weekend, Google, search all the negative stuff so that you just avoid your getting heartache. My name is Lilia Sigo. Thank you for watching.
Ladies